Hi guys. Hey Pisces. All right, so Pisces, let's get into this. I'm going to just take a quick peek at what is the kind of like the central focus, and then we'll branch out from there. We have a Nine of Swords and we have the Hanged Man. So we could have a Pisces that has been going through some serious stress, looking at things from different perspectives, maybe trying to let go of some of the stress. But admittedly, we could have some sleepless nights here. That could also be that Pisces has been dealing with somebody that is delaying in a big way. And they could be a fellow Pisces. But we have an Eight of Pentacles. I feel like Pisces is working through something that was really stressful. Five of Cups, Two of Pentacles, and the Emperor. I have to say, I'm starting to dig this one just a little tiny bit. Hi, Lion Queen. So great to see you, babe. The reason I'm starting to like this is because, look, I'm always compassionate when our character is having to process through something. But how awesome is it that Pisces is strong enough and powerful enough to say, I'm going to have to work through this. It's a stressful situation. I don't want to make too quick a decision, but I'm weighing pros and cons, and I may have to acknowledge that there's a situation that was very sad. There was someone that maybe stressed me out, and I am closing a chapter with them. And simultaneously, there could be someone else, even if this isn't somebody Pisces is going to date. Let's just say Pisces is saying, when I compare who I've been dealing with, and they may have brought a lot of drama into my life, and they may have dropped the ball quite a few times, and maybe they really cared about me, but God, we had so many struggles. And then there's somebody else that I see, and let's say we'll just use like a boss figure, and I admire and appreciate this person, and they're fantastic. And honestly, I would rather be possibly in a relationship with someone like this versus the trials and tribulations that I've been going through with somebody else who's maybe they're going to say that they're very sad if I walk away. But on the other hand, I have to decide what's good for me. And it feels like this is this is a stressful decision for Pisces to make, because they are about to, I think, I'm going to use the word give up on a connection. Tell me about the connection Pisces has been saying, I need to let this go. We have a Nine of Cups in the reverse. It hasn't been making Pisces happy at all. Nonsense. Nice to see you. Thank you for the flowers, Angel. We have a Two of Cups, and we have a King of Wands. Okay, so here's the thing. Just because one person's like, oh, but we're meant to be, if Pisces isn't feeling the same way, even though they have poured out their hearts and they have said all of this, you can't pretend that you love somebody when you don't. Let me just ask, why is it that Pisces is like, this isn't at all satisfying for me? 10 of Swords. Hang on. That says volumes. Pisces is done with this. Was this a situation that had plenty of ups and downs? Seven of Cups in the reverse, and it finally got ironed out, but Pisces is like, I'm sorry, but I don't want it anymore. This Five of Cups tells me there has been like lots and lots and lots of change. And if they're the ones going to be so sad, we're going to call them the King of Wands. So it could be a very complicated situation. It could be that someone who Pisces once upon a time also thought, oh my God, they're my Two of Cups. It's this unconditional love. I want to be with them so bad. And I don't know if we had some runner chaser dynamics, and now, everything has done a U-turn, and now they are the ones saying, oh my God, Pisces, I'm so ready to be with you. I love you so much. We're meant to be. And Pisces is like, it's become clear that we're not meant to be. Honestly, you put 10 swords in my back, and now that you want to make it all right, and you want to be here, and you want to really give to this connection, what I'm clear about is I don't want this connection. Pisces just got over somebody, and this person is going to, it's their turn to cry, and it's Pisces' turn to say, I want to make sure I'm making the right decision, because I got to make sure I really don't want them. They really don't make me happy. I'm not going to kick somebody to the curb to be like, well, guess what? Too late now. No, if I really wanted them, I would let myself admit that, but I don't. My feelings have changed. It doesn't matter that now you'd like to give me the world. It's over for me. This wouldn't make me happy now, and I know it. Now, maybe it's because of however many swords were put in Pisces back. I could totally understand where, when somebody does, 10 swords, at some point we go, yeah, I fucking think I don't like this anymore. Like I don't blame Pisces for being done. But even so, Pisces has been, really thinking through this, really processing this, and making sure that I'm letting go of the whole concept of them and that Two of Cups relationship, even though they seem to have done a U-turn and they're oh so awakened and they want so much to give to me. I'm checking with myself internally. Would I rather say no to them? The first answer is yes. It's a 10 of swords on their side. Okay, now let me think about this other half. Would I rather be with an emperor? Yes, I think these are two totally separate scenarios, but I think Pisces is saying if you gave me the chance to say I could either have this person who now will treat me right, but they didn't all that time before, or I could say no thank you to them and I could possibly be with an emperor. I'll pick the emperor option instead, even though there's never guarantees in life. But let's take a look at the emperor. Nora A, hi sweetheart. Piscean Witchery, great to see you guys. We have the Magician upright. By the way, guys, I have an Aquarius video that we'll post right after this, and then I'll continue on. I want to get all zodiacs done today, and this is only the 5th one, and then technically the 6th will be that Aquarius video, but we'll get the rest of them done still tonight. So when it comes to the Emperor, and we have this Magician, this is like Pisces is starting to get revved up. They're starting to say, look, I want to talk to the universe and I want to tell the ancestors, guide me to an emperor. I want better. I don't want to have to take back a potentially like really meaningful connection that I found nothing but distress. I don't want to take it back, even if now it's going to treat me well. I'd rather just meet somebody who treats me well from the gate. I just leveled up with what my expectation is. I want somebody who's already an emperor and wouldn't mess with me. So can I please have that? And I think that is fabulous. I don't know if Pisces is doing some saging or some meditation or some crystal work. I kind of feel like their energy is improving. I know they started out kind of stressful, but now I think that we're gaining traction. We have the Fool. Oh God, I think I could even picture, this is so weird, but I could picture Pisces kind of like, I don't know if they're going to be getting like a tarot card reading or something, or like laying out a map and like casting runes or something, and not only reading what the runes say, but also reading from the locations. And it's like, okay, I want to like invite whomever is going to be the greatest match for me. And I'm really opening my mind and my heart, and I'm opening up to my ancestors and saying, let me manifest the best kind of connection. Because right now it kind of feels like Pisces is opening up the door to somebody who, especially an Italian, what's so much a focal point to me is the little boot of Italy, and then Sicily is there getting kicked, and I just happen to love Sicily. So I don't know if that's like a cultural background, or if that'll be where Pisces person, their emperor hails from. Maybe they halfways know this. Maybe they have an inkling that, I just feel like I would vibe so well with that culture, even if it's not where I'm from. I could so picture, one of the things I loved so much about Sicily when I was there is it really did feel so just like comfortable and so like family oriented. And I don't know, there was just such a nice vibe. I loved the landscape. It's so beautiful. And there we go again with Pisces and Hanged Man card. And we have like, I am waving, instead of red flags, I am waving, well, it's blue flags, which isn't exactly the same as green flags, but I'm ready to kind of like free fall into this. Universe, bring me a good one. Damn, I'm ready. I'm ready because I don't want the ex back. I just don't. But I feel like I'm genuinely ready for someone, even if they're going to change my life, if they're going to be somebody I meet and they're at a distance and I get introduced to them because they're my friend's coworker's cousin who's only here in town visiting. I don't care. I'm up for the adventure. Bring me somebody the likes of which I have never had before. bring me an emperor, somebody who's got, I don't know, more powerful, self-assured, protective, honorable kind of energy. That seems to be what Pisces is asking for. Let me just take a quick peek because I am so team Pisces right now. I'm so wanting this for them. Can we see, universe, what do you have to say about this emperor? We've got a Four of Cups sideways. So on one hand, this is like, this can be about boredom. It can be about disillusionment. It can be about things that are illusions. But it's sideways. So Pisces already knows a thing or two about illusions. Like nobody's going to be perfect, including an emperor. But Ten of Wands says, but Pisces is done dancing with people that don't have any of the attributes that they want. They're not asking for perfect. They're just done with the past. And I feel like they're just over it. Eight of Pentacles upright. When we talk about this emperor, it's more about Pisces preparing themselves to meet the emperor is what the universe keeps saying. Okay, but can I see just anything about this emperor? Because right now it sounds then like Pisces hasn't met this person yet. Maybe they met somebody like this and they're like, I'd like a person like that. We have a Two of Swords. We have the Devil. So when it comes to the emperor, at least for right now, if they already do exist, or if they know anything about Pisces, they may have been afraid to approach Pisces. We have a Nine of Cups sideways. No, I feel like they're an emperor in the making right now. They're kind of, because here's the thing. Emperors and empresses, they have to go through their own stuff and they evolve into those emperors and empresses. They're not just born that way. It's a lot of hard work. And it kind of hints that this storyline looks like Pisces has gone through a lot of, internal work also to get to the point where they're saying, I don't want an ex of the past, even one that says I'm their Two of Cups and now they'll do right by me. I don't want that back. I don't want any illusions about love, and I'm not looking for perfection, but I am looking for something that I've never had before. And then as we start asking, well, who is this emperor? It says the emperor is somebody who's had plenty of their own obstacles, kind of like Pisces, things that they've, had to kind of focus on and break through, and things that they weren't sure about, and things that they've had to heal from. So they've been working on themselves. It almost feels like we have somebody who's evolving into an emperor right now, which is great because Pisces is just now evolving into the version of themselves that wants the emperor. Universe, are these two on a collision course to meet? Or do these two already know each other and they just don't know who the other one is yet? We have an Eight of Wands in the reverse. This says they have not yet met. Okay, so there's no communication. These two are in their completely separate worlds. Nine of Pentacles. Pisces gets to just walk solo for just a hot minute and hold their head up and just really enjoy. It's important to own our choices in life for a little while. Pisces is saying no thank you to that ex, right? And as much as Pisces is like, look, I'd rather have an emperor. I'm open to it. I want to manifest the right kind. The universe is like, sweet, we heard you. Now, just enjoy the fact that you just made a really great decision for you, an authentic, decision. Stand in your power, because it took a lot of courage and a lot of power to say no thank you to somebody who admittedly wanted to do right by you at this point, but you didn't want to go backwards to an ex. You choose to move forward. You choose to take your power and say, no, I'm manifesting meeting somebody that I really think will suit me. The universe is saying, perfect. That was big. You decided who you are, what you want, how you want it. Go ahead and walk in that power for a bit. We have Judgment. We have Ten of Cups. The universe is like, Pisces, trust me, you're getting everything you want. You'll end up with that amazing emperor. You will end up, but Pisces may have some unexpected little twists and turns. They could wind up first, going solo for a couple months here, and getting back to themselves, getting back to some things that they have loved doing. I don't know if Pisces loved playing the flute. I don't know if Pisces loved going out into the woods or going to the beach and finding pebbles. It feels like their inner child is going to come back to life. It feels like Pisces is first going to just totally enjoy their life and return to like a more lighthearted energy, more adventurous version of themselves. They need that right now more than they need to jump into the next relationship at the moment. So they're going to get a little bit of time to just completely be satisfied as a single person with a very full life, a very joyful life, and some things that they needed to bring back. You know, a childlike, humorous, lighthearted energy. So it's just nice to see that Pisces has, of course, they have the potential for a much better relationship up ahead. Remember, they want an emperor. The universe says yes. As you enjoy the choices that you made and you're single for a little bit and you are lighthearted again and you return to who you are, that's also when you click in as the full-blown empress that you actually are, Pisces. And that's when you'll be most ready. I feel like this is going to be somewhere around, you know, like a harvest time. So maybe somewhere around like summer, which we're chugging through this year, aren't we? We're almost done with February already. Summer's not that far away, but I feel like it's definitely at a time where things are blooming and blossoming, and that's when. So for these next couple months, Pisces might be single and just freaking joyful. That is so awesome. It's a totally different you know, energy because that emperor is going through some stuff right now as well. Let me just double check. Will the emperor kind of be ready when, I'm going to say like around summertime? We have Page of Cups. We have the King of Wands sideways. That emperor is kind of still on hold because I'm going to say this, it is hinting that, remember, the King of Wands was the ex that Pisces said no to. Pisces is going to have to face them one last time and be able to say no thank you yet again. Thanks for the I'm sorry you didn't treat me better before. Yes, I'm still not interested. Pisces has to really be sure that they're never returning to that ex. And in this span of time, that's also where our emperor character is like, they're evolving, they're becoming who they need to be. So it's kind of buying them some time as well as reinforcing where Pisces is at. We have a Page of Wands to the Seven of Swords. For this, because again, the emperor is unknown as of yet. They're still going through some ish. They're overcoming somebody who was probably a very toxic, lying, somebody awful, somebody who treated them horribly, and they have had to rebuild themselves completely after getting treated horribly. I can understand why the universe is like, don't worry about the emperor. The emperor has something they got to sift through. And in the meantime, Pisces, just keep your life focused on where you're at. Trust us. You're going to be the Empress energy, and then you'll meet the right person when you're in that perfect energy. And trust us, they've got their own life story to contend with as they're evolving into the full-blown emperor. These two people will gravitate toward each other when the time is right, when their frequencies are perfect. So it's coming, but it's just nice that there's no big pressure on this. All right, you guys, great to see everybody. All right, I'm going to bounce into, well, I'll release the Aquarius video that I've already recorded next, and then I'll get busy on the remaining videos tonight. I'll do some live and some not live as I go back and forth between them. But so great to see you. Samantha, Josh, Irwin, CDW, Piscean Witchery, thank you again. Whitman Clan, FK Slay, Bell V, Lotus of the Sun. Guys, thanks so much. E.T. Bow, how are you? Rip Van Winkle, Amber Young, Huff Puff at Heart. I love your name. Nora A, thank you again. Lion Queen and Nonsense. Really appreciate you guys. All right, I'll see you guys again shortly. Bye.